It was very unexpected that Fox's Deadpool succeeded the way that it did, especially with his only appearance prior being in Barakapool Origins, but it did gross more than 10 times its original budget. I said this years ago, and I'll say it again. Ryan Reynolds is to Deadpool what Henry Cavill is to Superman, what Hugh Jackman is to Wolverine, and what Robert Downey Jr. was to Iron Man. That is, being the literal embodiment of the character they are portraying. Not only was it a surprising debut for Wade Wilson, but it also boasted a very solid supporting cast in Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. At the time, I did ponder at the idea of Spider-Man and Deadpool possibly crossing over in live action, but it was unlikely that Fox and Sony would do such a thing, even if such an event like that one would be an exciting ass one. Following Deadpool 2's successful run and the debut of characters Cable, Domino, and the other X-Force members, it was originally planned for there to be Deadpool 3 and an X-Force movie, but with the unexpected shift in reality, word to Thanos, the Disney-Fox merger, along with Bob Iger's confirmation, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool will seemingly at some point join Disney's MCU, for better or for worse. On the plus side, Deadpool will likely get to interact with other members of the MCU. However, it is worrisome that his fourth wall breaking antics and his usual tirades may be toned down in favor of him being seen by a wider audience. There is indeed a flip side to all of this. I suspect that Deadpool 3 will take a bit longer to come about now that he is allied with Disney Marvel, and the storyline will likely change up as well. I just hope that they keep the components of the first two movies that really and truly work, like Colossus, Marina Baccarin, and Negasonic, and that they too can be part of the story going forward. A guy can only hope. Both Deadpool movies benefited from the R rating, and this will be an interesting thing going forward. With 20th Century Fox now becoming 20th Century Studios, there is plausible reason to believe that the movies can continue being R rated going forward. But we all know that Kevin Feige will likely want to test the waters with the PG-13 rating as well. I sincerely hope that the former is instead true and that Deadpool stays R-rated, because ain't no such thing as a loudmouth merc singing Disney songs doing a Star-Lord dance along, at least not yet. In spite of how I feel or how anyone else is feeling, Ryan Reynolds is clearly enthusiastic about Deadpool joining the MCU. He's been on board with the idea since the rumors became reality, and what will and won't officially occur is anyone's guess. With Josh Brolin's Cable also debuting and previously having a 4-film deal, as well as Zazie Beetz' Domino, you do have to wonder will they keep those respective characters, or is Ryan Reynolds the only one with security? Josh Brolin got dusted as Thanos and could very well return to the role of Nathan Summers. Before the Disney-Fox merger, there were plans for an X-Force movie, and Rob Liefeld most recently revealed on Twitter that it would have been released this summer. Seems that Fox was eager to test the waters outside of the main X-Men, but unfortunately, we will never know. I sincerely hope, too, that this version of Colossus is kept as well, because his dynamic with Deadpool is arguably one of the best parts of those movies. I hope that Deadpool can stay firing in R-rated fashion, but I won't be surprised if we see him in a mystical land or fighting Captain Hook in Neverland, because after all, Disney has all the deals, but they really don't want any of that R-rated smoke. With Bob Iger no longer being the CEO of Disney, I wonder will the new CEO share his statements about Deadpool keeping the R rating as long as they quote, let us the audience know what is coming, end quote. With Kevin Feige being the Marvel overseer and Donald Glover's Deadpool show on FX being canceled a few years back, hopefully you listening understand my concern. It was just recently director Scott Derrickson got the actual fuck off of Deadpool 2 due to creative differences, which I suspect means that he and Kevin had differing opinions on how best to create the movie. Scott wanted more of a horror take, and I'm sure Mr. Fee wanted things less scary. But maybe things will be different for Deadpool 3 and Deadpool going forward. With Blade and Moon Knight on the horizon, along with Shang-Chi, maybe things will change for the better, and hopefully Deadpool remains under the 20th century banner with the R rating and the fourth wall breaking banter.
I've got a bad feeling about this.